Welcome back, guys. Here we are again for a second instructional video. Today we're going to talk to you about jab and cross. Okay, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. So everything we looked at in our last video, we still want to remain in this one. So our centre line theory, our A to B, keeping everything nice and easy down the same route. Okay, keep it accurate. Jab cross, nice and simple. Okay, so jab cross, we talked about where the arm position needs to be in the last video. If you haven't watched it, go back, watch that one, please. Come back to this one. Okay, so we know that our elbows need to be nice and tight in. We know our positioning, so we know we need to be talking in the microphone. You know, you need to have that telephone on. Okay, keeping them up nice and simple. Okay, when we're looking at, and again we will come on to footwork in the later videos, when we're looking at our footwork, aim is to try and stay on your toes as much as possible in the position we spoke about in the first video. Okay, so we're going to try and keep that front foot keeping down that centre line. So if you've got a bag, fine, use it. If you haven't, it's okay. Just try and keep yourself in your centre line as much as possible. If you've got a mirror, use that. Okay, so when you've got that jab up, the first punch that's going to come out is you're going to be your left hand. So remember we talked about in the last video, this is going to be your least predominant hand. So this is going to be the least dominant hand, not predominant. I kept saying predominant in the last video. Least dominant hand. Okay, so it's going to be, for me, it's left hand, which means I'm an orthodox fighter. Okay, so I'm going to use my right hand is my more dominant hand. It's the power punching hand. Okay, I'm not sure how much power I've got left in it, but it's my power punching hand. Okay, my left hand is my weak hand. Okay, it's my opener. That's what I want to open people up with. I just want to test them out. I want to get that jab in there. Okay, but don't confuse the jab, because the jab can be quite effective in the right positioning and on the right person. Okay, jabs can be known to knock people out, and they can be known to cause some serious damage if used effectively. Okay, so even though it's your weakest hand, it can still cause quite a lot of damage. Just remember that. Okay, so when we're looking at this jab then, okay, we're looking at a full extension. So I'm going to lead off, I'm going to twist my hip in, so I'm now facing the camera, so I'm now facing you. Okay, so the hip twists in. As my hip twists towards the camera, okay, my arm releases into that position. Remember we talked about A to B. Okay, I want a nice full straight punch. Okay, on the elbows locked out, boom, into position there. The hip is what's going to drive that punch through. Okay, so from there, the hip's what's going to drive that through to there. Okay, now I'm facing this position, my body's automatically cocked, so it's already, so you imagine you're on a gun, imagine you've got a gun, you cock that gun, you press the trigger to pull the hammer drops down. It's the same position, it's the same theory. Okay, so as your body pulls back, that's you pulling the hammer back, so you've pulled the hammer back there at that point. Okay, now if you hit that trigger on the gun, the trigger releases the bullet. Okay, so this is the hammer coming down, the bullet's going to fly out, bang. Okay, now I'm going to come into that position there, nice, locked out. Okay, make sure you get them arms locked out when you punch. Okay, you want that full force of the hip to go through it. Okay, remember when you're punching, key thing is it's not your biceps, biceps, it's not your biceps, it's not your shoulders that are going to deliver the damage. Okay, the damage is going to come from your hips, your lower back. Okay, that's where the strength comes from, your glutes, your hams. Okay, all the lower body, that's where that power comes from. So when you chuck in them punches, you get in position. Okay, keep it nice and easy. 1, extend it, twist the hip. 2, extend it, twist the hip. Okay, that 2 twists my hip back into that position. Okay, I'm driving it through. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, nice and easy. Okay, so nice and easy. Okay, so 1, 2. Remember, if you haven't got a bag, don't worry about it. If you've got somebody on pads, use them. If you haven't got pads, you've got a mirror. If you want to put a bit of resistance behind it, get some tins of beans out of the cupboard, or tins of mushy peas, or whatever you've got in the cupboard. You don't need equipment. Okay, you can train without equipment. That's a wrap. See you in video 3.